What's up guys, it's Mike with Shallow Reefing. Come back at you with another video, and today it is windy as heck, power is out, tank's not working, stupid ice cap battery backup ain't kicking on, so none of the pumps are working. Now I gotta get this stupid generator out, and for some reason with the extension cord it's not working. I don't know what the heck is going on, but I'm not getting power from it. I can get power directly from there. I'm going to try to switch the extension cord out, but this is ridiculous. And the new extension cord, not working either. I have no idea what the heck is going on. Nothing is working in my life. I have all these contingency plans, and nothing is freaking working. You stupid ice cap. Alright, so I took one of the air stones from there and threw it in here because I have that air backup because the stupid ice cap isn't working. So right now I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the generator. Pretty much it says to let it run for 5 minutes before putting a load on it. So I mean, I've been running it, but I've been trying to put a load on it almost immediately. So let's try running it for 5 minutes and then see if anything happens. So none of these wires, none of these extension cords are on it at all. And I got a little helper that's actually driving me nuts. Bless you, Daniel. Speaking about things that aren't working, my microphone just died on me and I had no idea. So the next couple minutes of footage, you'll see me kind of walking around and talking. Yes, and my other son is in the background screaming, but we're gonna roll with this. I'm just going to be complaining that nothing's working in my life and I've had all these contingency plans, and we will get this set up in a minute. But yeah, finally got it working now, because I found out that there are tons of different fallback systems on the Harbor Freight Predator, and you have to have 3 things in alignment in order to get it running. So we'll figure out what to do with the ice cap momentarily. And here's a video of me talking about, you know, all the things that I've just now discovered, and it makes me really sad because my microphone died. But don't worry, I have another microphone that I will just serendipitously put on and it starts working. So this came in a packet too, and this one just died on me and I couldn't even realize that it died on me because, yeah, too busy trying to save the tank. Alright, so the fish haven't had any flow, anything going on in the tank for over an hour and 15 minutes. I finally got it kicked back on. So let's see, I might put that air stone back into the other tank. Sorry for the glare, I got no light, so you get natural light. Well, it looks like it was the fuse of some sort, so I just messed with the fuse, and then now it is working. Huh. Is it glitching out weird? No, that's just how the light is. I really like the Octopulse pumps, but I really wish they had more steps, and I think there's 8 steps. I just wish I had like 10 or something. 10% increments would be nice. As I sit on the floor trying to screw this battery back in with a light and my son eating an apple by my head, I realized that if you screw it in on this board... Seriously, dude, I was gonna do a jump cut to the board, the DIY board that I'm doing. Well, I know you know Daddy's upset. It is a one and done type deal, because if you try to go back through the same holes, it doesn't hold and falls. So let's go and try to just move it just a little bit up and see if this works. Not going through the same holes. This is such the dad life with a reef tank. Surrounded by tools, trying to fix problems that you didn't know should be problems. With a toddler smacking you with his wet hands from his apple. I've got apple face all over me. With no power. At least I got the generator to work. And the power just came back on. It was out for probably 2.5 hours. And everything looks great in my world. Don't worry, this clip will not last long, because another round of wind will come and then this power will be shortly knocked out. But enjoy the tank, everything looks fine. I'll get a little bit of a charge on the battery that I finally fixed before the tank goes dark again. Yep, so tank went dark again. It was maybe on for 15-25 minutes tops, and now we already lost power again. Luckily, my side of town wasn't hit that hard, but you can kind of see, when you kind of look at this from a no light perspective, no fluorescence, you can kind of see there's some RTN going at the base of that green slimer. I'm not sure what is going on. I might have to solve that in a future video. You can kind of see, got a little bit of pale tips on the strawberry shortcake right there. But let's throw to a clip of the outside. So it's still pretty windy. My fence has been blown to the side, but I don't know if you can see my neighbor's fence completely gone on that side. So sorry, Brenda, you're gonna have to deal with that. Oh, I might fix it, but we gotta get these back in line. I'm gonna have to hit the hammer and get the nails out, and then we're just gonna put screws back through it. Well, my neighbor's fence's 4x4s are completely snapped, so I don't think I can fix that. All right, third time's a charm. I realized that I didn't catch the audio on any of that, so yeah, let me refill you on everything that has happened. So, lost all the footage about, hey, the tank turned on and then went off again, so we had another power outage, lost another hour. So the tank was without solid power for 3.5 hours. Luckily, I had my battery backup that was able to kind of, run in the meantime, but I did have to kick the generator back on to make dinner for me, my wife, and my kids. But I didn't have to do anything to the tank because I finally fixed that battery backup with the ice cap, and I don't know what it was. I think it was something with the fuse because, I don't know, man, like the power surged and came back on and off like 8 to 10 times. So just taking off, adjusting that little fuse, maybe it got loose, I don't know. But it definitely is now working, and thank God, because I definitely need some water flow in this tank. If the ice cap would have just like kicked on the battery backup and tank was moving water, I wouldn't have even bothered with the generator. But because it wasn't working, I kicked the generator on and figured out a couple things that I have to look at in the future with having all the resets on my Predator generator. I have to have like 3 or 4 things in alignment because there's a bunch of backup defaults in case you like overload the circuit. So I didn't have all those correct, and then it took me a bit to figure it out. But I was able to run the tank and run the refrigerator off my generator easily. Well, just like a couple power heads, not a big deal. But learn from my mistakes, learn from what I'm trying to tell you. Have a contingency plan, have some backups going, because you might not have a situation where you have kind of okay weather, it's just windy. You might be out in the, like, I don't know, 30-degree temperatures because everything iced over. You might be out in rain and hail. It was pretty nice today, so I could kind of mess around with stuff and not be too, irritated. I'm still really irritated, but I'd be really irritated if I had to deal with that. If you can't afford a battery backup, which I think it's worth its weight in gold, and I know everyone's like, oh, there's DIY ways and other ways to do it. All right, if you don't want to do that, if you want to be a DIYer, go ahead and do that. Save some money, get a little bit better stuff, have a longer runtime, that's great. But if you're like me and you just need like a little battery powered air pump, like I have one at my school, this little Cobalt Aquatics one, awesome. I could not recommend it enough. The price I got it when it was on a blowout sale was just ridiculous. So it was easily able to aerate this entire little tank the entire time, 3.5 hours. Not too crazy, but that battery powered backup for the ice cap could easily run this tank. It says 35 hours. I doubt it. I'm gonna guess probably closer to 25, 24 hours. I wouldn't even have to have kicked the generator on if I would have had the ice cap going. But because it wasn't, I got to mess around with it and figure out a bunch of different like idiosyncrasies about the generator. If you got a lot invested, go ahead and get a generator, but at the bare minimum, get a battery powered air bubbler that's going to kick on whenever you have any issues, because it is definitely going to be something that you're going to need in the long term, because we're all going to have power outages. And with the amount that I've got invested in this tank, well, you kind of see that it's worth, I mean, shoot, like just this rock structure alone is worth a generator from Harbor Freight, and just this little Ghani garden here is worth those little air bubblers. So think about your investment, think about what you got into the tank, and what is it worth to you to back it up. All right, guys, so I wish I had that other footage, but unfortunately something was funky with my mic and I had to switch mics because I think it died. Oh yeah, because you don't have any power, so you can't charge anything. Oh yeah, that's another reason. Also, probably might want to do something. If you got some like DeWalt tools going around, you can buy like inverters and stuff for them, for the batteries. If you have like Ego stuff, you could also get little battery generators for them. So think about other ways that you can, kind of back up your investments, not just for your fish tank, but also for your house. Because if you would have been, you know, out of power for a couple days, because there's a couple parts of the county that they're thinking that aren't gonna have power for a day or two, everything in the fridge and freezer are gonna be gone. So you might want something that can at least back up a fridge or freezer in case you have frequent power outages. Because in Tennessee, man, these tornadoes come through quite often and it's kind of scary. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this time. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Give me a like, give me a comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. And if you like this impromptu, oh my gosh, my whole life is on fire and the tank is gonna die video. But we came through in the end and fixed everything. So guys, I will see you next time.